Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another day in my life. For those of you that don't know, I'm currently eliminating gluten and dairy from my diet. So I picked up a couple of groceries, I did a bunch of cooking, including some freezer cooking. Guys, I can feel the weather changing all around me and I love it. Also, I'm finally giving you guys an update on the construction that we've been doing on our house. So yeah, with all of that being said, let's hop right in. The view out of this window is one of my favorites in my house. This tree changes so much throughout the year and sometimes throughout the day. I thought you should know that I made a fresh batch of my coconut maple date roasted nut dessert. I made this, I think, in my last day in my life, and it's so good. I crave it every day. So on this day, I actually placed an order from Whole Foods for a couple of items I wanted to cook with and also a couple of specialty items since I'm currently off of actually a bunch of random things, but like I mentioned, mainly gluten, dairy, soy. These whole wheat tortillas, by the way, are for Dan and the other people in the house that can't have gluten. I picked up some pre-made falafel because I still don't quite know how to make falafel from home that's actually good. I also got some cacao nibs for hopefully some upcoming baking treats. I got these gluten-free muffins, which are delicious and have pretty clean ingredients. I also got this jovial brown rice pasta. I love this stuff. And then some chickpea penne, as well as this cabrita goat milk. I actually don't love this formula because it contains soy, but we were in a pinch on this day, and I'll be sharing soon the formula that we're supplementing with now because I'm a lot happier with it. I also picked up some kale, parsley, red cabbage, limes, carrots. So on this day, we decided after so long, guys, I literally think a year, maybe seriously a year, Dan and I decided to pick the lemon off our lemon tree. Now, if you've been following along, this has been quite the saga. I thought for sure this tree was dead like 3 times over the last few years, but it is now, in fact, starting to produce lemons. So we pulled this lemon because we felt like it was taking away from the energy of producing all of these other lemons that have randomly started exploding on them. It's funny because my friend and fellow YouTuber, Amy Thompson, told me that if I could just keep the tree alive, eventually it would explode with lemons. And assuming all these babies don't die, that's exactly what seems to be happening now, and it's very exciting. And actually, my sister and Logan ate it raw because it was not as sour as a regular lemon. By the way, on this day, I decided to make black bean burritos. That one was for my sister because I can't currently have avocado. That's one of the other things that has been eliminated from my diet for the time being. Now, Dan and I had made some chili the day before, and I did film it because I'm compiling another freezer cooking video for you guys, but this was the next day after it had not only had a chance to cool down, but for the flavors to really meld together, and we stored them in these containers to freeze. Now, I'm always open to different storage ideas, so please leave them down below. I don't hate this storage, but I don't love it because it's basically cheap plastic. Now, it's reusable. You can use it over and over, but I just want to throw out there, I'm open to different storage ideas. Once I packaged my chili, I wrote the date and the name of what was in each one of these containers and popped them in the freezer. Now, I also had some of the chili fresh on this night as well, and I chopped up a pear. I love ripe pears. And then also, I'm planning on making a recipe video about this. I made my mom's famous popcorn. Now, a small part of what made this meal so good was the beautiful fall weather taking place outside. You might be like, what? It's pouring rain. Beautiful fall weather is that sunny, crisp air. But to me, this was still so beautiful. I think Being a Southern California native, I'm still overly in awe by rainstorms. To see that much water coming out of the sky, nourishing the ground and the trees, and just giving everything life is so beautiful to me. We hadn't been to Costco in a while, and then in the last couple weeks, we actually went twice. So we picked up a bin of these organic cashews, a bottle of this Wild 4 organic maple syrup with vanilla bean infused into it. We love this brand's maple syrup. This very large and in charge bag of baking soda. We use baking soda when we wash our cloth diapers. This 2-pack of organic creamy peanut butter, some strawberries, raspberries, and mushrooms. A big bag of walnuts. Kind of a subject change / snack suggestion. Dan had made me this whole carton of hard-boiled eggs, and we keep these in the fridge for an easy snack. That way I can literally just grab a hard-boiled egg or make egg salad or slice up a hard-boiled egg on toast or have an egg and an apple. You get the gist. Easy snack. So my sister was in town on this week, and we were hanging out on the sofa, just watching Logan move and make sounds. And everything about this was like a movie, just the way the sun was shining in, how beautiful he looked. So I had to grab my camera.
Oh, so close. Wow, look at that resilience. Yeah.
Posing. Just getting the poses in. Model.
Now I wanted to show you my October Essential Rewards order. Essential Rewards is basically a loyalty program with Young Living. So every month I purchase oils or products that I want to restock on, and I earn points to spend on the site and receive free products to try as well. I love how clean the products are and how dreamy they all smell. These lavender bath bombs are my favorite. Random, but one of the freebies was this storage bag. Are we weird parents for doing this? Don't answer that question. So maybe it was the weather, but I felt extremely inspired to make a fall dessert. So I started off by blending up some oats to make oat flour, and then I threw in a handful of oats just by themselves to add texture. I added in some hemp seeds because you know my love for hemp seeds. Then I scooped in some coconut oil and drizzled in some of the vanilla infused maple syrup. Even though there was vanilla in the maple syrup, I also had to add some of our homemade vanilla. Now this was definitely experiment, and I'm gonna go ahead and spoiler alert it for you. It's not my best creation, but it wasn't bad. If I could go back and do this again, I probably would have added maybe some date syrup to the mix, because date syrup caramelizes really beautifully and it would have given the dish even more sweetness, and I think it needed it. By the way, that is a chunky finishing salt that I'm adding on top. My favorite is actually linked in my shop on my blog. This salt changes basically any meal for me. Also, I would have added cinnamon, but my sister is allergic to cinnamon. The irony is she actually left the house for her flight before she could eat this, so I could have added cinnamon, but the thought still counts. By the way, this is what I had for dinner that night. Some of the hard-boiled eggs that Dan had made me, some brown rice, lettuce, a fully ripened jalapeno from the garden, tomatoes from the garden, and homemade sun-dried tomato hummus. By the way, this will also be in the freezer video, but I was doing some of that cooking on this day, and this was my very first batch of veggie broth. I have been saving the scraps for probably way too long, to be honest, but this was an exciting moment, so be on the lookout for that video / I just had to share that I was so excited to be doing this. Can I just say that when I'm wearing Crocs, my chickens always go after my feet? All right, so I feel like this is the update that a lot of you have been waiting for. Dan has been slowly working on the addition of this room to our house for probably the last year. He hasn't done much the last few months because of Logan being here. Now he's at the point where he's finishing off the siding. So I thought I would give you an update. Speaking of exciting updates, we had some predator drama in our backyard. Our chickens are fine, but this was the day after, and it was crazy how many feathers were just strewn across the yard. Watching these chickens grow from baby chicks to giant chickens, by the way, has been crazy. So as you can see, my tomato plants are fully dying, but at the same time, there are parts on the plant that are still flowering and actually have large pieces of fruit hanging off of them. Since this was filmed, we've pruned the plants, but I'm interested to see what happens. Does anyone else think that chicken feet are scary? Because I think that they're terrifying. But how beautiful are their butts? My neighbor Lexi, who's actually an incredible urban homesteader, I will try to remember to link her Instagram down below, but she recently had a drive-by baby shower and she sent us home with these beautiful flowers. Yet another batch of our nut dessert. So this is another meal we had made for the freezer. It's gluten-free, dairy-free lasagna, and all I have to say is that it was amazing. We used the green lentil pasta from Aldi, and I highly recommend it. So on this day, I had just put Logan down for a nap, and I actually had a video call scheduled with my singing teacher. I've been taking singing lessons from Bethany on and off over the last maybe year or so. She is so talented, so kind, and I've mentioned this before, but what I've enjoyed the most about my time with her is that she's really paid attention to what I want to learn and given me very specific tools to grow in those areas. Oh, by the way, ignore my dusty piano keys. That's actually embarrassing. I haven't used this piano in a while, but I had to bring this one downstairs because, like I mentioned, Logan was napping. Anyways, if you're looking for a vocal instructor, I highly recommend Bethany for a long list of reasons. So I'm going to go ahead and link her information down below. Also, I'm fully aware at how funny I look doing these exercises. Bethany says that if you don't feel funny or weird or strange or all of the above, you're probably not doing it right. So we're gonna run with that, people. So yeah, guys, that is it. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I'm gonna go ahead and link my Day in My Life playlist down below if you are in a mood to binge watch them. And also, if you're still hearing my voice, check the info box for today's semi-secret giveaway that you know is actually not secret. And I will, God willing, see you back here very soon. All right, guys, bye.